the BCD Studio. How to sew a straight seam. Grab your fabric and pin it together. Clip it together. Hand sew it together. You need to stabilize your two pieces of fabric or whatever you're sewing. It can be an embroidery patch on top. It could be buttons. Whatever it is, no matter what, you always have to stabilize it. So in this example, we're stabilizing our two pieces of fabric with two pins. This is a little sample. And you want to know how much of a seam allowance you're going to sew. All right? So this is where the needle is, right? This is the fabric. That's where the fabric is going to be meeting the needle. All right? And that is the beginning of your seam allowance. So you want to grab a ruler and measure from where the needle is out from the edge of the seam allowance, right? So there's the needle. That's the 1 inch mark. So that would be me sewing. That would be me sewing a 1 inch seam allowance, as you can see. You want to get a piece of tape, tape it on your throat plate, a little measurement guide. It's there, it's cool, but I like to put tape on it so I can extend the measurements down, and it's easier for me to see how much of a seam allowance I'm sewing. So as you can see, I taped it, marked it with a red pen. Put numbers if you want to. You don't have to. And yeah, that's how I sew a straight seam. You want to do this. I highly recommend labeling your machine with tape guides. It's so fundamental for when you're learning sewing, and it helps you sew faster and easier. So now we're gonna put our sample back. We've got it pinned. We've got our labels, and you want to grab the hand wheel and gently turn the wheel with your hand and put the needle into the fabric before you start stepping on. You want to put the thread underneath the foot so that it goes with the fabric. Number 1 safety rule: do not sew your seams with the needles in it, because you can run the risk of breaking needles, bending your pinning needles, and needle shards flying in your eyes. You hold the backstitch button down, you step on your presser foot, and it goes backwards. It makes you do a backstitch so that you lock your stitch in place and it doesn't fall apart when you're pulling it. This is the backstitch button. You want to label that too, so you always remember. Now, you want to grab your hand wheel when you're done sewing and pull the needle to the highest point. Pull the sample out and have a nice long thread to cut. You never want to cut the thread too close to the machine, because then you might have to rethread the bobbin. And now this is our little sample. This is the front, the back. This is how the tension came out. This is all of our settings showing beautiful work. That's the back stitch, and that's our little sample. I hope this video was really helpful for you. Happy sewing, you guys. And thank you for watching my videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.